Hello, everyone. I have a very special game to show all of you today. This is a game which many of you might be able to relate to. Maybe you've had experiences like this in your life that you'll see in this game. Um, One of the lessons which my mother taught me, God bless her soul, one thing that I still remember from my mother is she always said, if something is worth doing, then it's worth doing well. And this is true about a lot of things in life. And this game, the reason why this game is very special is because it's about something that we all do. I do it, and you probably do it. I think most of you probably do this on a regular basis. We all poop. This is something that kind of binds us together as humanity. This is something that we all do in our everyday lives. And the nice thing about pooping is that it's also something you can do to a very high level of quality. And this is what this game is all about. Look at the title. You can see this game is about being the Soopah Doopah Poopah. So, when you're pooping, you don't want to just be any average pooper. You want to be the Soopah Doopah Poopa. Imagine if you went out, you were out at like a bar or something, and you met a nice person of the opposite sex, or whatever sex you're attracted to, and you went home with them and became intimate with them, and pooped with them. But later on, the next day, they told all their friends that you were just an average pooper. Imagine that. How would you be able to face your friends and family after that? That just, you'd feel terrible. So this is a game that really tells us how to be super in one very important aspect of our lives. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to go ahead and click on play. And look at this guy. Did you see that? Let's poop. Look at this man's attitude. Look at his body language. He's not even sitting on the toilet. He is embracing that toilet. He's got one arm casually draped over the toilet as if he's like a lounge lizard chilling out at a fancy party somewhere, and his other arm is raised up as if he's about to drink. I mean, he doesn't have a drink in that hand, but you can see this man, this is a gregarious man. He's not just about to poop in that toilet. He is interfacing with that toilet. He is making friends with that toilet and getting to know that toilet in a very personal way. And I think this is something that we can all take inspiration from, because this is something we can all do with the toilet. So remember, he's not even sitting on that toilet seat. He's like hovering above it so that I don't know. I think, really, words fail me. I think this man's posture says more than my words could ever say. So I'm going to start playing the game. Okay, let me quickly explain the interface of the game. The interface of the game is very simple. You press spacebar, and when you press spacebar, watch, this happens. Yeah, he takes a poop. And you can keep pressing spacebar over and over to keep doing this over and over. And maybe that's why he's so super duper, because he never runs out. This one quality that this man has is he never runs out of poop. Some people, some lesser poopers, they poop until they're done and then they have no more poop left. But this guy, he just keeps going and going. He's like the Energizer pooper. He just will not stop ever. And yeah, with each poop you get some experience points, which is true to life. I mean, you get more experience the more you do anything in life. I think it was Malcolm Gladwell who popularized this theory that you have to do something for about 10,000 hours and then you become really good at it. Well, think about it. You've probably spent, well, I guess it depends on how old you are, but you've probably spent something like 10,000 hours of your life pooping already. So in real life, you can already be an expert pooper. But still, maybe we have something to learn from this game. Let's see. So, every time you level up, you get one skill point. You can see I already have 2 skill points available. And here on the right-hand side, there are 5 things that you can level up. So the things that you want to focus on are the growth rate and the emergence time. Splash power, I have to be honest, I don't even know what splash power does. I never figured out what it doesn't seem to make any difference. If you level it up, it doesn't seem to change anything. Sloppiness is actually, if you level up sloppiness, it makes more poop splash outside of the toilet bowl. And I honestly don't know why you'd want to do that. Why do you... This is actually a game that many Let's Players and YouTubers have already played. If you look up this game on YouTube, you'll see many videos of other people playing this game. And people very often level up sloppiness or agony or stuff like that. And I don't know why you would do that. Why would you want it to like slop and splash outside of the toilet bowl? That's not very super duper. You don't want to be the super duper pooper who dumps half his load outside the toilet on the floor. You want to be the super duper guy who gets it all in the toilet and does a nice tidy job. So I never touched splash power, sloppiness, and agony. I mean, that's just sadistic. So basically, I don't know if he... Yeah, see that drop of sweat that falls off the guy's head? It doesn't always happen because the agony is at its lowest setting, but if you keep pooping, sometimes one drop of sweat will fly off his head. So leveling up agony basically just makes more sweat fly off his head. If you really level up agony, the top of his head just becomes like this giant fountain, and every time you poop, he just spews like this giant gush of sweat. And that's amusing at first, but it's just like an aesthetic thing. It looks interesting for a little while, but I just consider that sadistic. I mean, I don't want to harm this fine gentleman, this fine super duper pooping gentleman. So I usually focus on the first two skills, which are the ones that actually enable you to make bigger and faster and better poops. So when you start off, a good thing to level up is growth rate, because what the growth rate is basically, the more growth rate you have, the faster your poop will grow. Your poops will get bigger faster at the rate of acceleration of the growth of your poop will increase with each time you level up the growth rate. Emergence time is... I'll talk about that a little bit later. If you really want to ace the game, if you really want to do well in this game, you need to level up both of those first two things. But let me do this. I'll start focusing on growth rate just so you can kind of see how it goes if you just keep doing growth rate for a while. So I have 2 skill points, so I'll level up growth rate twice. And you can see... It doesn't make a huge difference yet. So he started off making poops that were 2 or 3 experience points. Now his poops are 3 or 4 experience points. So within the amount of time that he has to make one poop, the poop is growing a little bit faster. Now if I level up growth rate once more, now they're mostly 4 experience points. Maybe, yeah, I got a 5. I was just about to say maybe you get a 5 occasionally, but it's around 4. Yeah, 4 or 5. Not bad. So a good thing to do if you want to sort of see how the game works is just keep leveling up growth rate for a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep pressing spacebar for a while, and every time I get a chance to level up, I'll level up the growth rate. And because this is kind of grindy, and I'll be perfectly honest, I don't like grinding in video games. I don't like repetitive tasks like this. It's not that bad. This isn't terrible. It's only a few minutes. I mean, you can get him pretty well leveled up in just a few minutes of time. But since I don't want to waste your folks' time just watching me press the spacebar and watching this guy poop over and over, look how he lifts up his arm. Look at this mighty poop warrior and the way he flexes the muscles in that arm when he poops. He lifts up his arm and flexes like a master pooper. You can already see the signs of pooping greatness in this gentleman. But I think we can spur him on to even greater heights of pooping greatness. I'm trying to think of a better word or a synonym at least for greatness, because I think I've already said that several times, but this man is just such a poop titan that words fail me. Okay, so I'm going to level up growth rate again, and see we're already in the 7. So 7's good for a start, but I think we can get it higher than that. So anyway, like I said, I don't want to waste your folks' time, so here's what I'll do. As I'm pooping and leveling up this gentleman's poop abilities, I will read one of the most famous scenes from Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. It's scene 2 in Capulet's Orchard. So this is a good way to culture ourselves and learn to poop better at the same time. So here we go. He jests at scars that never felt a wound. But, soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it. I am too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. Okay, I don't want to forget to level up growth rate as I go. So see, yeah, we're getting... You might feel like you're fighting a losing battle at first here because... How many times do I have to poop to level up? Let me check. So I just leveled up, so let me count it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 poops. That's quite a lot of poops. Well, I mean, it's... 14's not that huge of a number, but still, you know, if somebody suddenly sat you down on a toilet and said, okay, make 14 poops now, you might be a bit overwhelmed. 14 might be a bit much to make all at one point in time. All at once, I mean. So, you might feel like the number of XP that you need to get to the next level is too high and you can't keep up, but keep at it. By the time you've done some leveling up, if you do this for like 10 minutes or so, you'll actually find it's not that bad. You're actually, I think the numbers are on your side. You just need to keep at it for a while. So I'll keep at it, and of course I'll keep reading. Where was I? I'm sorry, I actually lost my place a bit. I'm not sure exactly what line I stopped at, so I'll just start from where I think I stopped. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars, as daylight doth a lamp. Her eyes in heaven would through the airy region stream so bright, that birds would sing, and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek. I guess this was a time when, ladies very often did wear gloves in everyday life. I mean, nowadays, usually people only wear gloves if they have some utilitarian function, but back then I suppose gloves were often worn as just kind of a fashion item or maybe to keep your hands warm.
Ay me!
She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night, being o'er my head as is a winged messenger of heaven, unto the white upturned wondering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze on him, when he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air. All right, let's see how many times we need to drop anchor now to level up. So I'll count it again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 poops. So we're already gaining. We only have to make 11 poops now to level up, and I think this will we'll make even more progress as we go on. Look how many points we're getting now. We're getting 25 points per poop. Well, that was 23. Okay, so like 23, 24, 25. That's not bad. So we're making good progress here. Let's keep going.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father, and refuse thy name. Or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand nor foot, nor arm nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose, by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word.
Call me but Love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I will never be Romeo. What man art thou, that thus bescreened in night, so stumblest on my counsel?
Alright, I should take a moment to level up here. I've actually got 6 skill points. Now 7. Okay, let's see how many poops we need now to level up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not bad. So we're making about 40 experience points now per poop, and obviously you need almost something like 400 experience points to get to the next level. But still, we're getting we're gaining. We have to make less poops per level as we level up with the growth rate. So I'm going to keep doing this for a while, and then later on I'll show you what the emergence time does. But let's keep pooping for a while.
By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word. My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo, and a Montague? Neither, fair saint, if either thee dislike. How camest thou hither, tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place deaf, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here. With love's light wings did I o'erperch these walls, for stony limits cannot hold love out, and what love can do, that dares love attempt, therefore thy kinsmen are no let to me.
Just like, in The Princess Bride, true love cannot, death, death cannot stop true love, it can only delay it for a while. Okay.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee. They will murder thee. Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity. I would not for the world they saw thee here.
Alright, moving on. Oh, I have 9 skill points. Yeah, because we're leveling up more frequently, so we're actually getting more skill points, and I haven't been paying, because I've been paying attention to the Shakespeare, so I haven't actually been watching the numbers here, but we have now 9 skill points, so if I advance my growth rate now, let's see, 1 poop, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now only 8 poops per level. It's not bad. And look, we're making poops of like 68, almost 70 points, so we're making pretty good progress. Anyway.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their sight, and but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate, than death prolonged, wanting of thy love. By whose direction foundst thou out this place? By Love, who first did prompt me to inquire. He lent me counsel, and I lent him eyes. I am no pilot, yet wert thou as far as that vast shore washed with the farthest sea, I would adventure for such merchandise.
Ooh, merchandise. He sees her as merchandise. That would be a bit of an objectifying stance in today's more enlightened, more modern world, perhaps. But still, we cannot deny the beauty of these words, can we? Nor can we deny the beauty of these poops. I mean, look at those wonderful poops this man is making. Those poops are almost as wide as his entire torso. This man is making poops that would compete with, good-sized dinner plates. I mean, this man is pooping out like dinner plates out of his rosebud at this point. This is really just this is a wonderful experience for everyone to witness. I think this is we're seeing true greatness in the making here. So I am just reaching level 50. So we have now, I guess, about 50 points in. Actually, I guess technically 49 points in growth rate since we started with level 1, I think, so we've leveled up 49 times. So let's see now how many poops we need to go through one level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not bad. Actually, I guess it's pretty easy because you can see he's getting about 100 experience points per poop now, and we need 644 experience points to get to the next level. So 6 poops per level. That's not bad. But again, let's keep going. I think we can. I think we can still do better than that.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face, else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheek, for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fair would I dwell on form, fain deny what I have spoke. But farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet if thou swearest, thou mayest prove false at lovers' perjuries. Then say, Jove laughs. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou think'st I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse, as say thee nay. So thou wilt woo, but else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayst think my behaviour light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but that thou overheardst, ere I was ware, my true love's passion. Therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love, which the dark night hath so discovered.
All right. Wow, up to level 64. Man, we got 14 skill points while I was reading that. This is great. This is fantastic stuff. Okay, how many poops now per level? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, still 6 poops per level. But I mean, look at how big those poops are. We're getting 150 points per poop. So you see, there is sort of a multiplier in effect. The growth of the poops is not exponential, but it does start to go up more and more. So, we leveled up to like level 50, and I think at level 50 his poops were something like 100 XP per poop. Now at level 65, they're already up to 150. So the rate of increase is actually increasing. We're sort of experiencing an acceleration of the acceleration. So it's like, if the second derivative is the speed of change, the second derivative is the rate of change, and then the first derivative, the first derivative is the the rate of change, and then the second derivative is the acceleration. It's the rate of change of the rate of change, how fast the rate of change is changing. Then we would be, if we were to make derivatives of this man's pooping potential, we would see massive acceleration happening here in the rate of change of how many experience points per level you start getting per poop. Because, okay, I now have 11 skill points. Let me go ahead and add those 11 skill points, and now let's see what we have. Up to 200! Wow! 200 experience points per poop. This is great. So now I need just 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe sometimes 5 poops, because I started that level with already some experience points. So let's say 4 or 5 poops per level. That's not bad. So we're really doing very well here. I think it's almost time to start bringing out the emergence time, but I'll go just a little bit farther. How much do we have left in this scene from Shakespeare? Still a bit. I was wondering if I would get to the end. Maybe I won't get to the end of this scene, but okay, I'll keep going for now.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon I swear, that tips with silver all these fruit tree tops.
Oh, sorry, I forgot my character voices.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all, or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the god of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love.
Well, do not swear, although I joy in thee. I have no joy of this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning, which doth cease to be, ere one can say, it lightens. Sweet good night, This bud of love, by summer's ripening breath, may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night, as sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
All right. The language is getting increasingly saucy as time goes by, and this man's poops are becoming increasingly powerful as time goes by. So, wow, look at this. I'm almost at level 100. That's great. Okay, hold on. So I'm getting about 200 points per poop now, and I have 22 skill points to add. This is amazing, ladies and gentlemen. We are truly witnessing the beginnings of greatness here. Not only the beginnings of greatness, well, this is already greatness, but it is surely nothing compared to the greatness that we have in store for us later. So we were just at 200 points per poop. Now, look at that. Well over 300 points per poop. This is amazing. Now we have like 1, 2, 3 or 4 poops per level. That's just astonishing. But I've reached level 100, and so maybe it's time to start showing you the effect of emergence time. So, growth rate is, as I said, just how fast the poop grows as it's coming out, but emergence time is how long the poop has to grow, how long it takes for the poop to finish growing before it falls off the man's Rosenknospe and falls into the toilet. So the thing is, when I first started playing this game, I thought emergence time is a waste of time. I mean, emergence time just makes it take longer. It makes the poop take longer. Why would I want that? I should just go for growth rate and just go for pure growth, yeah. But it turns out that the game gives you massive bonuses if you like the number of points that you get from the size of the poop grows. I think it may actually be exponential growth as you start at this point, as you start adding emergence time. I don't know the math behind this. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at math, and I don't know the formula involved in this game anyway, but watch what happens. So right now we're at 320 approximately points per poop. But now if I add just 4 points of emergence time at this level, it should already make a significant difference. 500! We jumped from 300 and some points to well over 500. So you can see the difference that makes. When the game first starts, you don't see a huge difference when you start adding points, and so you might think that emergence time is a waste of time. You might think, as I did, that emergence time is just a waste of time because, like I said, it makes the poop take longer. It takes longer then for the poop to fall out, so why would you want that? It's just, just go growth rate all the way, baby. But no, actually, once you start reaching very significant levels of growth rate, then the emergence time also gives you massive bonuses on the on the poop. So let's see, we're at 500, almost 550 points there. Now I have 14 skill points, which I'll put into emergence time, and watch what happens now. Yeah, 2,000 and some points per poop. That's almost 3,000 points. This is astonishing. I think I just gained 2 levels. Yeah, I gained actually... Yeah, it's not only just 1 poop per level, it's actually, that was 2 levels per poop. That's fantastic. And if we add more to the emergence time... I gained 3 levels with 1 poop. So this is really just, this man's poops. You can already see this man is a champion. Those poops are the poops of a poop champion, ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever seen I ask you sincerely, have you ever seen such poops in your life? I surely have not. But if we keep going, let's see, let's evenly distribute the points a bit. So I do want to still invest in growth rate. But if you allow the emergence time to go up quite a bit, then you can really start seeing some amazing things. Look at that! It filled the whole screen, and we got 14 levels. We advanced 14 levels with 1 poop. Wow! These are stunning achievements. These are world record poops. As I say, I don't think. Yeah, there we go. And so at this point, yeah, 74 skill points with one level, and it just keeps going. It really does just keep going like this. You can just keep adding points and making bigger and bigger poops. And the visual impressiveness of the poops start to drop off somewhat after this point because, okay, it just turns the screen brown. You see the poop growing for a moment, but then the screen just turns brown, and it's like, okay, whoop-de-doo. Doesn't really bring you very much, does it? And you can see the little drops of sweat flying off the man's forehead. There you go. And when you make a really huge poop like that, then something like that happens where you advance hundreds of levels at once. And you can keep doing this. You can actually keep going like this. At some point you're probably going to break the game. If you start doing this in real life, I mean, you can get really ridiculous and just keep adding skill points and everything, but I recommend being a bit cautious with this because at some point you're probably likely to crash the game. Numbers go on forever, and we're already working with very large numbers here, so at some point you're probably just going to crash the game. I mean, if I was really diligent, I could put all these 300 and some skill points into where, the points that I have, but I don't want to. It's just like I don't even want to bother anymore because it takes so long to add all those skill points. So what have we learned today? Growth rate is very important, and me personally, when I start, I prefer to invest in growth rate. But once you've got your growth rate up to a significant level, then you do need to allow some emergence time. Even the fastest growing poops do need some time to come out. You do need some time to let them happen. So remember, when you're there on the toilet and you're doing your super duper pooping, don't be afraid to give it some time. Allow some time to pass, to transpire, because it does take a while to reach this level of greatness. I can assure you, it doesn't. This kind of greatness doesn't happen overnight. I mean, the game is not especially. Well, I think it's apparent. This game is not necessarily a 100% accurate simulation or representation of pooping, because you wouldn't make poops this big in the 15-20 minutes that I've been playing this game. It would take you at least a few weeks of training and practice to really be able to make poops this large that fill the entire bathroom. And indeed, the poop is not just filling the entire bathroom. At this point, I think it's probably growing fast enough that it will become a national emergency at this level. So you just imagine you make a whole poop that envelops your entire city, and then you level up from there and you make poops that envelop your entire your entire county or state or country. And that might actually not be something to aspire to. Maybe that could be problematic. So maybe you can, you have to kind of, how they say with great power comes great responsibility. And this is definitely true with poop as well. I mean, once you start making poops this big, you have to poop responsibly. You don't want to just cover an entire country in poop, because that could be bad. That could have negative consequences both for you and for the people in that country. So poop responsibly. Make sure that you are keeping a lid on it. But yeah, with some practice and some technique, you can you too can approach real greatness with your poops, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for your time today. Thank you for letting me share these wonderful experiences with you. This wonderful poop artwork, the art and science of pooping, and of course the wonderful words of Mr. William Shakespeare. I know a lot of people probably say, come on, man, Romeo and Juliet, seriously? I mean, Romeo and Juliet is overrated, and I know it's overrated, yeah. I mean, I could have picked something more obscure, but Romeo and Juliet's still nice. It's still nice reading. I mean, I didn't want to be all hipster and say, oh, I don't read that mainstream stuff, man. I like only the most obscure Shakespearean sonnets that no one's ever read. No, I thought Romeo and Juliet's okay. I mean, again, yeah, it is overrated. I'm sure that most people can probably find something better in Shakespeare's repertoire, but still, it's okay. I don't regret going with this choice. And Romeo and Juliet, it's a nice story. It's because it teaches us that we shouldn't be sad for what we've lost. You know how they say in love, it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. It's true. Like they say, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Don't cry because love might have ended in tragedy. Be happy because there was love. And it's just like your poop. I mean, you have to eventually separate yourself from your poop. You can't allow your poop to stay inside forever. You have to. I mean, it's healthy to get all that waste out, and you do have to say goodbye to your poops eventually. But again, don't be sad because you're losing your poops. Don't be sad because you have to say goodbye to them. Be happy that you were able to share this very special and intimate moment with your poops, because this is something very special in our lives, something that really makes our lives memorable and brings us good memories, I think. So this guy is still going. I mean, really, it really, I don't know when this, I'm just going to release the spacebar at this point. And see, this is the problem that you have. Oh, I was worried it was going to crash the game, but it didn't. Real quick before I go, let's go ahead and just add some stuff to some of these. So like, for example, Splash Power. See, Splash Power, it did make a pretty big splash, but I think it was doing that before. I don't think that adding Splash Power did anything. And if you add Sloppiness, see, it does that. See that huge brown arc that came out? That's Sloppiness. And then Agony, like I said, is the man's sweat. So, see, now the guy starts sweating a lot more when he poops. And if you keep adding more and more Agony, he just produces more and more sweat. Like that, kind of. Yeah. Oh, actually, it actually finished. I thought that the accumulation of skill points was going to keep on going for much longer than that, but it actually stopped within a reasonable amount of time, so... Alright, I think that that was that. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Soopah Doopah Poopah. I hope that you've enjoyed it, and once again, I'm very grateful that that I am able to share very special and important moments of my life with you folks like this, because it really, this really is the kind of thing that makes life worth living. This is what makes me happy, when I'm able to share the special and most, you know, most heart-touching moments in life with you, my wonderful viewers. So thanks again to everyone for watching. I hope that everyone's doing well, and hopefully we'll be able to share more moments like this together in the future. Until then, I wish you all well, and goodbye for now.